Meaty smells wafting around. Meaty smells wafting around. Meaty smells wafting around. Hello and welcome to the video. My name is ArgentSargent, and this gentleman with the funky facial hair right here is Chinpatchy. It's been a little while since we've been on the Moroncraft server, and today is a very, very special day. It's my 25 subscriber special! The dream is one day for there to be more of you, but that's not to say I'm not incredibly grateful for the guys and girls that I have following me now. Thank you so much for all your support. It's been really wonderful to talk to you and engage with you. As a result, I've decided that it's finally time for me to actually give you a little bit of what you want. You know, I've asked in the past whether or not there are any things that anybody else would like to see. And I've had a comment in from Dynasty a while ago now that I should have addressed sooner, frankly. Apologies. Saying, let's see a villager trading hall. Let's see a gold farm. Now, I want a gold farm as much as the next guy, but I don't have the stones to spend too much time in the nether at the moment because, you know, I'm a coward. But a villager trading hall I can do. And that's what we're going to be getting up to in this episode. Once we've done that, I'm going to make a couple more changes to the village around here because I've gotten the ball rolling on a couple of new projects and I want to try and deliver them to completion. I've already started digging the hole for the villager trading hall, so let me show you what I've done so far and we'll go from there. I've actually been a fairly busy boy on the odd moments that I get to spend on the server. I've made a speedy system of getting into and out of the Moroncraft light railway. Yeah, let's go. Okay, here we go. We are back. We are over here at the village. I've done a little bit more digging. I remember when I first dug this out, I thought it would be a great idea to just bomb down to bedrock level with TNT. And boy, have I paid for it. It was a downright stupid idea to do that because it took me absolutely ages to dig all this out. And there are probably some resources that I could have actually made use of and accumulated. But, you know, hindsight is 2020 and this is 2021. So, I forget what my point was. But I don't have a way of getting up, so I'm going to walk along here from the surface level. Yeah. Tell you what though, building this elevator was an absolute barrel of laughs. I've made a point of exposing it so that you can just go up different tiers in this staircase and jump out whenever you want to. But I'm not sure exactly how useful that's going to be because I don't know how I'm going to fill this space up. I think I might just kind of, well, not leave it like this, but retain this layout and change the way I've lined the walls. We're back over at the smaller village and the iron farm is churning over happily. And here is the space that I have cleared for my villager trading hall. I don't have a staircase to go back. Okay, I don't have a staircase that will take me back up here, so I need to be clever. Is this clever? Whoa, that nearly wasn't clever. Enderman's been here. Okay. Here is the space that I have cleared for my villager trading hall. Now, I'm not sure whether or not I want this to be subterranean or whether or not I want to open it up to the space above. Either way, forming this and excavating that out took me an awful lot of time. I'm not complaining though, I had a lot of fun. And I accumulated a good handful of resources doing it as well. I've laid these chests out like this because I've got an idea for how I'm going to get them back to a main storage facility in a fairly streamlined fashion. Whether it actually works or not remains to be seen. But that's not what I'm up to today. Just as a temporary measure, I'm going to form this staircase going up. And we're going to go over to the villager breeder. Okay, villager breeder is up here. And as you can probably hear, I've got a... Oh, good lord, I have a lot of people in here. I have no idea how to tell how many villagers are here, but I think I've got a few. Alright, let's step away from these guys for a brief moment and then talk business. So I have over here in my ender chest a load of stations here and a bunch of minecarts. All I need to do is set out some rails and get my villagers down into the trading hall. But first I'm going to set up the trading pods. I'm going to take a load of these with me. I'm going to take all of these with me, as well as some planks and some other bits and bobs, just so I can get the ball rolling on what I'm going to have down at the bottom here. Where's my best place to start? I'm going to toy around with some designs and come back with something that looks a little less prison-y. Now, I don't know if this looks too prison-y. I think it's okay-ish. It's a little medieval, but it's relatively open plan, and the guys who stand in these spaces can all see and look directly at each other, except perhaps with the exception of the guys there and there. But I'm not too worried about making this like super optimal. I just like having the guys in here in a place where I can access them, chat to them, make my trades and so on and so forth. Now this here is a blast furnace, which means I'm going to get an armourer. On the other side, I think I'll probably have my toolsmiths or my weaponsmiths. At the back here, I'll have a third trade, and in the middle here, I'm going to have like a food seller. I think I'm going to have the butchers here, because I kind of like the idea of like all these big, roughy-tufty, industrial-style dudes like doing all their trades work, while being able to like talk to the butchers at work, who like the meaty smells wafting around. But those guys, my toolsmiths and my armourers and that, are really going to have something to look forward to when eventually like a creeper comes down here, blows the place up, and allows them to finally get off for a lunch break. I think I'll use a different aesthetic for each different trade. So I'll be back in a minute and I'll let you know how that went. I'm back. It's night time. Let's find a bed. This place is totally devoid of villagers now. It's like having plants. Not like having plants in Minecraft, because having plants in Minecraft always goes really well. But in real life it always goes horribly, because you get the plants, you water the plants a little bit, and they die. So my villager breeder has effectively gone into overdrive, messed its pants, and started bouncing the villagers physically. So I've got plenty of villagers. I have so many villagers that they started to pop out of the breeder, and now they're in here because they have trades and jobs and lives and everything. But I need to give you guys a guided tour. We have two areas where we're doing all our trading. We have this above ground marquee spot here, which I quite like. I think it's a little bit heavy on the birch slabs, but the concept is nice. It's like one of them kind of temporary market stands. I really love this lovely sweeping smooth roof line there. I'm quite chuffed with that. And down here, you walk down the big wide staircase, and the first people you can interact with are the librarians. At the back here, you're going to have the clerics in their individual pods. And a chest here for all the useful little bits. I should probably keep my emeralds in there as well. Moving away from the clerics, on the left, we are going to have armourers with their blast furnaces. Middle, toolsmiths. On the right, we're going to have our weaponsmiths. And with these smokers, we're going to get a load of butchers. 6, because I decided I wanted this booth to be symmetrical. Over here on the left, underneath the staircase, we're going to have the cartographers. Now, there are going to be maps all on these walls and on this big table here. And the guys back here are going to be able to share with you their expertise of the local geography, which obviously they're going to get to see loads of. Moving on to the other side, we've got this very colourful little spot where we're going to have our shepherds. Going to have leather workers in the middle, only the 5 rather than the 6 for the butchers. Don't know exactly what's driving that, to be honest. I think I might struggle to get a great profit out of the butchers, but I suppose the same definitely goes for the leather workers. And on the right, with these kind of higgledy-piggledy block palette in between them, spacing them apart, are going to be the masons. Now, the most important thing to note about the way that these are put together is that the villagers sit in their individual stations and they can't move from this block in here. When they're in here, they can't jump over here and they can't get out through the front. But they can look at the villager next to them to talk about what a great guy I am. Now, how I drop them into place varies from person to person. So what I'm going to do, boink, boink, and boink. Ah, there it is. There's the water. Remedial works to the river may be needed. But I do need a tunnel like this. So I'm just going to have to put a ceiling over that. Pray, pray, pray we don't die. Hey, we made it. So when it comes to getting the cartographers in here, I'm actually going to need to be fairly clever. I'm going to need to run a tunnel out through here. Hope I don't run into anything else that's important. Okay, good. I'm on the roof. I'm on the roof with the weaponsmiths. That should be good. So, here's my plan. I am going to have, for example, a rail that runs along here into this tunnel and deposits villagers in their carts about here. Once I've got the villagers in their carts in here, I'm going to block that up and I'm going to break the carts one at a time. What should then happen is the villagers will go, ah, there's a desk down there, and they'll jump down the hole, get their trade, and then they'll be happy there for the rest of their lives. When that happens, I can happily pop a block over the top. Then I can release the next villager. He'll do the same thing, and he'll go, ah, there's a desk down there. I'm going to jump down here and get a job. And he'll be happy too. Bang. He's covered. Obviously, in spaces like this, I might have to be a little bit cleverer with my walling, but I'm hoping that I can rely by and large on the villagers' natural pathfinding, work-loving abilities to get the job done for me. I reckon this is going to be a lot more like herding cats than I'm letting on at the moment, but I like to consider myself an optimist. So, on that side, we've got 4 trades that side. At the back, we've got the clerics, so that's 9, 10 for the librarians, 11 for the cartographers, and up here, under the marquee, we're going to have 12 and 13 for the fishermen and the farmers. Each one of these trades I have 5 pods allocated to, which means that I'm going to need 65 villagers in total, plus 1 for the extra butcher. 66 villagers. I don't think I've got that many, but I'm going to get the ball rolling on moving the guys in, because I think that if I free up the space in the villager breeder, that should help me as well. See you soon. Alright, let's get out of the rain and check in. So, you are a noisy bunch. I'm going to hide down in this spot and tell you about what's next, because I actually had a little bit of trouble. So, we're at the stage now where we've got all the pods created, and I'm about halfway through loading the villagers up. I've got 5 trades left to fill, which means I need 25 more villagers. Now, the villager breeder has run out of villagers, which means that basically I need to hang around here and AFK for a bit. The problem I faced earlier, and I can probably get this up on the replay mod for you, is that zombies came down and started attacking my guys in their pods. So I need to do one of 2 things. Number 1, I need to get some security down there in the form of iron golems. The other thing I want to do in order to get zombies from getting down there in the first place is I want to put a temporary roof over it. Now, I've got a temporary roof over this iron farm here, and that's just a massive cardboard box made entirely of dirt. I think I'm going to end up having to do pretty much the same thing. But what the long-term solution is going to be to that, I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm going to want to use glass for that. Time being, I just want to focus on getting all the villagers in and getting the place functional. So next, I'm going to make a little hut for me to AFK in safely. I'm going to get some iron golems down in the villager trading hall to protect the villagers from zombies and other monsters. And I'm going to place a temporary roof over it in order to stop monsters getting in the first place. So let's jump straight back into the third person and get that done. But first I need to see what's wrong with this iron farm. Oh, it's night time. Well, that'll do it. I don't think it's going to be terribly difficult to get a couple of these guys funneled off down to this area here. Now, it is actually the case that if I dig 3 or 4 blocks that way, I am actually going to land in the chamber over there. But I can't actually form an opening big enough for the iron golems to come through here. So I think we're going to have to do something a little bit more convoluted, involving going through here. Like this. So I'm going to get straight to it. Found it! Ah, super. I've undermined my own staircase. I'm sure there was probably a cleverer way of doing this, but I'm not that worried right now. Now, I think I only want 2 or 3 down here, so I'm going to need to just carefully filter them out, preferably without punching any of them, because that will spell my imminent demise. So if I do that and that, we will shortly be in a position where we are overloaded with iron golems. There's another. And there's another. Can't move it. I need you to move. I need you to move. Whoop. Hey, okay. I have 3 iron golems here. And now I need to get back in here and reinstate the kill chamber, because breaking through that wall has destroyed some of my signs. Let's think about this. Oh, okay. You guys are making this more difficult for me than I really wanted it to be. No. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Can't move the golems. Now I'm dead. Oh, well, that's great. This is just going swimmingly. Okay. Oh, this is just chaos. Okay, first I'm going to move you guys. And you. Well, it's just gone fabulously, I can tell you that. Okay, guys, come here. Okay, so I've finally got one guy wandering around down here in the main pavilion. Super! He's an iron golem, he's chill. Now these guys obviously want to get out of here fairly shortly, but the first thing I need to do is I actually need to go up a bit, and because I actually need to clear the kill chamber before I actually get it working again. Okay, excellent. So it's one, and now I've got to deal with him. It's also best to do this at night on account of the fact that the villagers up in the farm are asleep, so they're not about to keep sending golems down here, because otherwise I'd just be here all day, wouldn't I? Those guys aren't actually mad at me, are they? Can you imagine if iron golems worked like zombie piglins, where if you punch one, they all hate you? Pop one on there, done. And hopefully when I get this lava blade going again, we're not going to have loads of hissing water turning into cobble. Excellent, lava blade works a treat. Pop that down there, pop that down there, pop that down there, so that everybody who lands in here gets shoved along this way. And the iron golems are coming out into the pavilion. Super, where's number 3? No, all 3 of you are in the map maker's room. Fine, fine. Whoa, skeleton. Thankfully I'm not level 26 anymore, so he's not got an enchanted bow. The benefits of dying, kids. Ow! Sticking out my head. But by and large, security guards have been successfully implemented. If I just clear these rails, the guys will have free reign round to this side. This way they can walk more or less wherever they need to. Super. Okay, that's that job more or less jobbed. Next thing we have to do is sort out the temporary roof. It's gonna be ugly. Now all I need is somewhere safe and sensible to remain AFK for the next hour. Okay, it's been an hour. How are our villagers doing? Is the breeder producing the numbers? We've got 2 guys. We've got 2 villagers in an hour. What is going on? Oh, I can hear a little squeaky boy. So we got 3. There was already 1 in there. Guys, I've figured out something really important. If you give the farmer and the not farmer the food, they do the thing quicker, more frequently. Is there a joke here? Is there a joke here about if you give them bread, they'll have more buns in the oven? I don't know. It feels inappropriate. I gotta get some more bread. This should be enough. Oh. I did it again. That's the 2nd time in a row I've done that. It's unacceptable. Right, 3rd time, jump over the thing. Huh, there we go. Okay. Now what am I doing? I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, cobble, cobble, cobble. Detector rail on top of the dropper. Put bread in the dropper. Rails there, cart there. Cart goes over, fires the rail. Perimeter cobbles, cobble, 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 cobble. Lots of it. Rails all over the cobblestone. Turn that minecart into a furnace minecart. Put the furnace minecart on the rails. Put charcoal in it. That is... Oh, I've actually lost my mind. That is a redstone clock. See? At regular intervals, it dispenses a piece of bread. That's a clock. Even these people are looking at me like, they know I'm the smartest person. There are 2 baby villagers down there and 1 grown up one down here. So giving them bread obviously does speed things along somewhat. Yeah, so the addition of bread is absolutely huge. It's only been an hour and a half now. I've got 4 over there and 4 down there. So I'm just going to wind the clock up again and keep this sucker going. Just get down the hole. Just get down the hole. Get down the hole. Go on. Go on. Oh. Sorry. That was the last one. That was the last one. That was the last one. Oh. Look at them. My boys. Yes. Yes. All 66 villagers. All 66 of you. 5. Hang on. We have a spare. 5. 11, 16, 21, 26, 31, 36, 41, 47, 52, 57, 62, and another 5 makes 67. I said 66, I accidentally ended up with a spare guy. I know I'll have more use for a farmer, but at this stage I think it's broadly redundant, so I think I will just make him a fisherman for the sake of consistency with the other blokes around him. So that there, break that, pop that down. There we go. Fisherman number 6. Aren't you lucky? So you guys actually just... I can buy a bucket of cod from you. That's actually really nice. I'm into that because I can have fish in here now. Oh, yay. Well, I'm pleased about that. So I've got 3 main things left to do in this area. Number 1 is get an iron golem in here. Let's do this the old-fashioned way, shall we? Shears. Bang. Shears. You put the pumpkin on the floor. You get the shears. Shear the pumpkin. Pick up the pumpkin. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Carved pumpkin. No, don't put it on. And then... Boop. Hey! And now we have an iron golem in here to protect the villagers. Okay, that's the worst of it for now. I've got 2 big things left to do here. The first one is make this roof a lot nicer. And the second thing is to get down here and build up this staircase. That is going to be... Oh, go on! Yes! Yes! Whoo! Okay. Yeah, so the next thing to do is build up this staircase in here. That is going to be massive. For now, I'm going to bed. I am very pleased with all that has been achieved over the course of the last few days. I sincerely hope that you have found this episode of Moroncraft either useful or, at the very least, enjoyable. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I've been ArgentSargent. You've been fantastic. All 25, now at the time of recording 31 of you. Thanks and take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.